It is that time of the week again, my friends. Another UFC Fight Night, another episode of UFC Best Bets. We are in Las Vegas this weekend. UFC Fight Night, Josh Emmett taking on Lerone Murphy in a featherweight main event. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Hello, everybody. Brett Okamoto alongside Ian Parker. We'll be talking about that main event as well as Ian's other best bets for this card on Saturday. But before we get to all that, let's take a look back at Mexico City. Take it away, Ian. How did we do down there on the last UFC Fight Night?
Brett, we had a solid week. We won 2.7 units in the profit, which is what I love to see. Our big one, the 5-unit hit on Moreno to win over 2.5 rounds. That Parker Premium play has been a good one for us all year. Other highlights, we broke the curse. We hit the Parker's Parlay, and we hit the long shot Parlay. Great week. Missed on a couple of those 1-unit ones, which kind of brought us back. The Piper fight was voided. And I got to be honest, man, C-Rod over 1.5, that one stung. I thought he did enough damage to win, but the judges are going to judge. Let's get another winning week and then roll into Miami with some serious momentum.
Yep, we're going to be looking at this first card here in the month of April, and then, like you mentioned, Miami, a big one, UFC 314. But let's talk about Josh Emmett. For the first time in a while, we haven't seen this guy since December of 2023. He got a big knockout there against Bryce Mitchell. The man turned 40 years old on March 4th, so a little bit in his twilight years, Josh Emmett, but he says the power is still coming together. He's actually more powerful than the last time we saw him. He's going to need it against Lerone Murphy, who comes in as a big favorite, minus 320. How are you looking to play this one? Emmett's comeback for the first time in over a year.
I mean, look, I don't hate the over in this one because of Emmett's durability and, Lerone Murphy, we've never seen him finish. But, Brett, even though he's turning 40, even though he's been out for a year, Josh Emmett is a very well-rounded fighter. He's been in these 5-round fights. We've seen a lot out of him. He's got crazy knockout power, great defensive wrestling, good takedowns, good cardio. Sometimes I'm even looking at having trouble in how Lerone Murphy wins this, which we know how he has to win. He's got to outstrike him, outpoint him, and stay away from that power for 5 rounds. All it takes is Emmett one shot, and we saw Lerone Murphy get dropped by Dan Ige in that last fight. Some people thought Ige even won that fight. So for me, I think the value here is either in taking the over or going with Josh Emmett. So I'm going to go a small play here. I'm going to go 1 unit on Josh Emmett at these odds. I don't think he gets taken down. I don't think he gets out cardioed, and I certainly don't think he gets knocked out. So I'm going to take Emmett's power, that one shot, one hitter quitter, over Lerone Murphy's volume over 5 rounds. Murphy also hasn't done this type of level yet of experience. I just think this is either a dog or pass for me. I'm going to go with Josh Emmett here.
Yep, you took the words right out of my mouth. I think this is a dog or pass situation, and we're going to take the dog here at a small unit, 1 unit there on Josh Emmett in his return. Let's go to the co-main event, 145 pounds. Pat Sabatini taking on Joe Anderson Brito. Brito, pretty sizable favorite here at minus 240. You got Pat Sabatini coming back at plus 195. How are you viewing this one at 145 pounds?
I think this one is kind of an odd way to put it simple. I think this is either a Pat Sabatini by submission or Joe Anderson Brito by knockout. And we've seen that if you can't get Brito down, if you gas out and he rocks you, he could also submit you. We've seen it before. We've seen him overcome other guys when he fought Jonathan Pierce with the grappling, where he was being out grappled, then he landed that ninja choke. For me, Brett, I'm going to go with a sizable play here. I'm going to take Joe Anderson Brito to win and under 2.5 rounds. We've seen Sabatini get knocked out before. I think Brito is going to be the more physically just demanding fighter, stronger, aggressive here. If he takes out the calves of Sabatini, it's going to be hard for Sabatini to wrestle. Look, Sabatini is very, very creative with his jiu-jitsu, but he's got to get it there first. I think Brito tags him. Brito to win in over 2.5 at minus 116. Let's go.
Okay, this has been kind of a popular method for you this year, is by taking a favorite, but also taking either to go the distance or not go the distance. We're moving from minus 240 to minus 116 there on Brito here this Saturday. Let's move to the middleweight division. We got a best bet from you in this fight against Torres Finney and Robert Valentine. Where are you going with this one?
To go back to the well, I'm going to go with Torres Finney win by KO, TKO, DQ, or decision. Look, with Torres Finney here, we've seen him fight taller people before. He did on the Contender Series. When he fought someone with this big of a height differential, it went to a decision. But we also, when Valentine fought another guy that was a wrestler, dominant on top, he got finished at the end of round 2. I think Finney's going to make a statement here. I think he's going to get in, take him down, pound him out. And look, I'm covering us. I'm going to be paying a little bit more by adding that decision onto it. I think the one method that doesn't happen is a submission here, at least I hope. I think Finney gets on top and drops him. Let's go with Finney to win and or by decision at -190. It's a little pricey, but I do think that's how it goes down.
All right, so another best bet pick on a fighter and a method, or kind of a method there in the middleweight division. And then your last best bet on this UFC Fight Night card on ESPN and ESPN Plus is Reese McKee and Daniel Frunza. What do you got there at the welterweight division on this one?
Look, when it comes to a guy in Frunza, his last fight, he kind of flew under the radar, fought really well, looked well polished, but he's fighting a guy in McKee. I don't think McKee should be the underdog here. I think it should be a little bit closer, so I see the value. I think McKee's got more ways to win. If he gets his fight to the ground, McKee's got a huge advantage. On the feet, it goes to Frunza, but McKee's not a bad striker, and we've seen him before. He's got good durability here. I like the odds on McKee. I like +130 here, so we're going to go with 2 dogs. Small unit size on best bets. I just see the value here. And Brett, you called it, man. I've been really on adding methods of victory to get those favorites, chopping the price in half. But for here, let's go risk McKee to get, I guess, what you would call an upset at +130, although I don't think he should be this big of a dog.
All right, there you go. So we got 2 upsets here on the best bet. So we've also got two favorites, but we're going to change that method a little bit to get better odds. And so before we take a look at all of your best bets again for this weekend's card, you got a couple props for us, 2 of them. Why don't you rattle off your props for this weekend?
Yeah, look, we got someone in Barbosa who's a -900 against Diana Belbita. I think she gets it done inside the distance at -120. If you want to be even more specific, you can take Barbosa to win by sub. We've seen Belbita lose half her losses by sub. Barbosa's a really good sub specialist. Her striking's gotten better. So I like that. For the long shot prop, Brett, this is like something you just got to take a shot at. Gerald Meerschaert to win by submission in round 3. Not that Tavares is that easy of a guy to submit. He's not. But Meerschaert's been training with Bilal Muhammad. Got to assume that Bilal's going to help him with his game. Got to close that distance, wrestle, try to take the back, and that's how Meerschaert gets a sub. So we got a nice prop and a long shot prop of the night there.
Man, we are having an efficient show here. I feel like we just started. We already got all your best bets out of the way. We got 2 props, and we're going to take a look here at the best bets that you've got for us this week. You got 4 of them. You got Joanderson Brito to win inside the distance. You've got Finney to win by KO, TKO, DQ, or decision. And then we got a couple underdog plays for you at a unit apiece. Now, what's missing here is the Parker's premium play. What gives, Ian? I mean, you're always coming up with creative ways to bet, and now you're removing a bet that we've done every week this year. What are you not giving us with? Why are you not giving us a premium play this Saturday?
You know what? When it comes to betting, you just don't want to force it. I didn't find anything that I felt as confident to go up to 5 units or higher the way I've been on other cards. And the ones I haven't been as confident and I forced, that's where we lost. So this is called betting smarter, not harder, giving you guys good value. 2-3 unit plays instead of a 5 and a 3. And this card's also a pretty tight one when it comes to the betting. So I think I'm playing it a little bit safer, quality over quantity.
Yeah, I think that's obviously very smart. We don't want to get stuck in a little bit of a machine here and just be giving you picks just to give them out. We want to give you guys good information. So no premium play this week. We do have a long shot parlay that did, by the way, hit last week. And what are we doing to try to follow up that long shot parlay?
I love how we go quality over quantity, then we go into a long shot parlay. I love how that just worked out, right? Let's go with Brito to win by KO or TKO. Let's go with Finney to add on a KO or TKO. Let's go with Barbosa to win by sub at +885. Not that crazy of long shot odds. I think all 3 of these are very possible. If we can hit back-to-back long shot parlays, why not?
Why not indeed? And we might as well go ahead and hit the Parker's parlay for 2 weeks in a row as well. Where are we going with that one on Saturday?
Now we're talking. Let's go with Kennedy and Jacare and Boudet over 1.5 rounds. Grant and Santos, which will probably be some crazy violent fight of the night, also over 1.5 rounds. And Demopoulos and Talita Alencar fight to go the distance, +124. We're going to be holding our breath on the first 2. The third one I think will be pretty safe. Let's go 2 weeks in a row.
As always, make sure you're following Ian Parker on Twitter because he always, or X as the kids are calling it these days, he is always giving out live gambling advice while the shows are going on. And this is this is showing up to be a featherweight showcase here in the month of April because you got Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy. And then next week we will be in Miami, UFC 314. A lot of big featherweight fights on that card. Obviously, we'll be talking about those in detail from Miami. But for now, enjoy the fight card, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, ESPN, ESPN Plus. make some money this weekend, and then tune in for the Miami show next week. Have a great one.